Hey, water tower.
You.
Well, you have, I think on your agenda, you have the engineering contract. I sent that down to Tammy last week, or a couple of weeks ago, I guess, in draft form. That's what it is, just draft form, unsigned. I don't know if you have any questions, if you all have a chance to look at it, or this contract, it's thick, and it always embarrasses me when we have to have a contract like that, but that is on a standard form contract that we use on all our engineering projects. It's probably the same contract that you had with us on the Lagoon project. And it's on an engineering joint documents committee form that also melds with more room. So we probably need to have a temporary easement, you know, in the whole parking lot there, you know,
Yes.
in there,
yes,
for the time of construction.
Right.
Which wouldn't take that long. The whole project is going to take a while because fabricating steel and all that kind of stuff takes a long time. But once the tank is delivered, they'll come out first and they'll build a foundation. That might even be 3 to 4 months before the tank arrives. But then when the tank arrives, you're probably only looking at a couple weeks to get it up at the
Right. So I can tell them that the base would only be 23, but we're still looking at, you know, is there going to be a fence or anything around this? Or?
That's up to you. What the kind of tower we're envisioning is a single pedestal,
Yeah.
like you see. That has a door on the bottom, and access is through the inside and up the inside.
Okay.
So you don't have to have a fence.
necessarily need to have a fence there.
No, that can be locked.
That helps, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't take away a lot of their parking space.
They could actually park right up to the base. You know, they aren't going to hurt a thing. They can park right up to the base.
Well, that's what I'll tell him tonight, because I was going to take this out to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we can get a good copy of that.
You can go ahead and keep that.
Oh,
Yeah. That's just a sketch I just made this afternoon.
How deep does the
right up to it.
Well, that depends on the soil. It could go as much as 20 feet. You know.
their sewer line goes across that parking lot, and I can't say exactly where.
Okay. This would be back in the northwest corner. That would be
I
back.
don't think it's that, I think it's
Yeah.
in the south,
Yeah.
but I do know it's in there.
But now that will depend on what the soil borings tell us. You know how much foundation was under it.
Yeah, it probably won't go through very well.
Most of the time, they're ring-type foundations where they have a, you know, like a 23-foot diameter ring that might be 12 to 16, maybe 18 inches wide, and then it would go down however far, and then they'd fill the inside with rock. Well, with soil first, and then the top would be filled with rock.
And some of those trees that we see in this photo are not there.
They're not there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the rest of them are coming down.
The rest are coming down.
We're supposed to help do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Brian's gonna drop them in.
Okay. Are they, gosh, pine or diameter?
We're gonna do that in a big like this.
Well, I think what is right where they're proposing.
Them are gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, we did that last year. There's a couple. Chunks of land there.
that tree is coming down.
Yeah. And with that wire going through, they cut them and everything else, so they're not gonna.
I'm surprised that Mid-America didn't take them down.
They trimmed the heck out of a few of them.
But
They didn't take them
talk,
down.
could talk to Mike, why they couldn't take them
They might have.
down.
Yeah.
So that's actually right in the corner of that 50 by 80.
Yeah, that's only my spotting on it. I just, you know, I thought that would be the best place. It would be the furthest away from the church and the house down there actually too.
Right.
And wouldn't disturb that's another thing you got to understand you're going to do here now is you're going to cut off that street again. You know, if that street ever extends to the north,
I realize that.
you've now got a water tower again in the middle of the street, but you don't own it.
No.
You don't own the piece of property. That's the one thing that we found out, and you convinced yourself of that too. So you would have to vacate, or they'd have to vacate it or something for a street if they did that. But you are going to have the water tower. In what could be an extension of that street.
Yeah. But right now here, Oak Street is also, can be vacated as a street.
Yes, that, I think, is that the next one to the east?
Yeah.
That one you own.
Oh, we do?
I believe your name is on that one, and the courthouse
Oak was
record.
on there.
No.
It's just as a street, it's dedicated as a
Yeah.
street.
So Oak is the same way then?
Oak is under the city of Early.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Good point to what we're talking about, I think. Is it this one right
It's
here?
on the other side of the church.
Yeah, there's the church. Sure.
It'd run right through there, wouldn't it?
Actually, it'd be,
No, that's an alley.
oops. Yeah, that's right.
See this right here, there's 80 feet there.
Maple.
Yep.
Yeah, Maple, I'm sorry, Maple, I'm sorry, yeah, Maple.
Yeah, you had me confused. No, it's,
Yeah, Maple.
that, it does not have a, notice it doesn't have a label on
Oh,
it.
yeah, there's not.
That is not owned by the city, as far as I
Okay.
know.
So we'd have access there, and we'd have access down on Main.
Yeah, Maple.
And then to the west, wouldn't that next street,
That'd be Main.
you already have, that's Main.
Yeah.
You already have something up there, but I didn't. I believe this represents about the highest point there, does it not, Eric?
Yeah, it is. That 1380 is about the highest point.
Okay, how tall would that tower actually be then?
We probably, have we figured that out
25
yet?
feet,
How much?
125 feet?
Something like that.
Something along the lines of 125
We'll
feet.
probably be raising your tower elevation about 30 to 50 feet, and we haven't decided exactly yet what that would be,
Yeah.
from what you have right now. We did that in Odebolt about 10 years ago, and we raised their tower about, I think it was about 50 feet to get more pressure in town.
And also it doesn't seem very high when you look at it compared to the other towns.
No.
You know, when you're coming in, like from the north, it just doesn't look very tall.
I think that'll be a nice location for visibility from the new highway.
Yeah, the exposure to 20.
Mhm.
No.
You probably have a few weak water mains in town. That happens every time we do that. But Bill down Odebolt, it didn't take him too long to get things straightened out.
A lot of people has asked me about leaving the old tower there.
They want to?
Yeah,
Well, it's a maintenance problem for you.
yeah, I understand it.
You can't use it as a water tower because
Well, no, I
town.
understand that.
But if you leave it there, it'll just be a rust bucket.
Rust bucket,
And
okay.
what you'll have to do is you'll have to have a maintenance contract on it
Right.
to paint it every so often. So I would not suggest you do that.
Well, a lot of people has asked me, so that's one.
Just for nostalgia reasons?
Yeah.
They can move it to their own location.
Yeah, there you go. It'll cost, it might cost, I don't know, maybe $10,000 to $15,000 to get it down.
Yeah.
But I think you're better off to get it down,
Yeah.
because you're gonna spend that every 4 or 5 years to
Yeah.
keep it up.
Well, there's one, some should tell them.
Yeah.
So,
There's, down at Iowa State, there's an really old water tower down there, next to Marston Hall. And I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars they spent in renovating that thing. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
have
I mean, it
no
was
idea.
several $100,000 they spent in bringing that up to standards and bringing it up to date. But it had a lot of historic value down there. And stayed
Or
there.
even some people in Sac County have asked about it.
They really have.
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
So it's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Well, Shirley Phillips is the one that suggested it.
Oh, I know who I talked to just this afternoon. I stopped at his house on the way home. I had to leave. He was on Dave Gray.
Yeah.
You know, Dave, he said, I said, I got to go out early, 9 o'clock. Oh, you're going to take that old